The ice cream truck from the future. In the summer of 2025, the small town of Maple Junction sweltered beneath a relentless sun. Lawns turned brittle, and kids dragged their feet through the dusty sidewalks, their boredom as heavy as the heat. Then, without warning, it came. A high-pitched jingle unlike any other echoed through the quiet neighborhood, metallic, almost alien, yet oddly hypnotic. The children looked up. At the end of Sycamore Lane, a dazzling silver truck rolled slowly into view, its chrome gleaming like it had just zipped through a comet's tail. Etched across its side in shimmering blue letters were the words, "Future Scoops, Taste Tomorrow." The truck didn't rumble like a regular vehicle. It hummed soft, like a purr made of static electricity. There was no driver. Instead, a screen flickered to life above the serving window and displayed a simple message. Choose your flavor. See your future. 12-year-old Milo, who had been dragging his little red wagon home from the corner store, blinked. He wasn't even sure how he'd gotten to the truck, but there he was, standing before it with coins sweaty in his palm. The menu lit up. Moonberry Blast, Echoes of Lemon, Starlight Pistachio, Midnight Marshmallow, Quantum Caramel, Cherry Choice, Vanilla Void, Birthday Infinity, Neon Nectarine, Time Ripple Ripple. Milo hesitated. Then he pointed to Time Ripple Ripple, mostly because it had ripple twice. The screen buzzed, and a mechanical arm handed him a swirl of lavender and silver ice cream in a translucent cone. The moment he took a bite, his vision blurred. He was older 16, maybe 17, standing on a stage, with a guitar slung across his back. A crowd was cheering. He had a band. He was cool. Then the vision flickered and was gone. The cone melted in his hand. Milo stumbled back, heart pounding. By then, the other kids had swarmed the truck. Each got a different flavor. Each had a different vision. Sarah, the bookworm, chose Vanilla Void and saw herself exploring alien ruins on another planet. Jordan, the town prankster, chose Quantum Caramel and saw himself as mayor, shaking hands in a fancy suit. Even Old Man Harper, the grumpy retired mechanic, got a cone. He chose Cherry Choice and smiled for the first time in years after seeing himself dancing at a wedding with a woman he hadn't met yet. Soon the ice cream truck became a phenomenon. Kids rode their bikes for miles just to taste the future. Parents showed up just to make sure it was safe, then nervously tried to scoop themselves. The local newspaper called it the Fortune Cone Craze. Scientists visited but left baffled. No one could find an engine, a license plate, or even a proper fuel tank. The truck never refilled. It never recharged. It simply appeared. And just as suddenly, it vanished every evening at sundown, leaving only a faint whiff of ozone behind. One day, a girl named Keisha stepped up to the truck. She was quiet and curious, always sketching, always watching. She chose Starlight Pistachio. When she took a bite, her eyes widened not with joy, but fear. She didn't say what she saw. She just dropped the cone and ran home. Over the next week, she withdrew more and more. Her friends begged her to talk, but she refused. Then, the following Friday, the truck didn't show up. At first, people thought it was a glitch, but it didn't return the next day either, or the day after that. The jingle never played again. Life in Maple Junction slowly returned to normal, but something had changed. Kids started learning instruments. Adults began applying for new jobs or moving to new cities. Couples fell in love faster. Breakups became kinder. Everyone, in some way, was nudged forward, motivated by the possibilities they'd glimpsed. Except Keisha. One evening, she met Milo by the old bike trail and finally told him what she saw. "I was in a city," she whispered. "Huge buildings, flying cars. But there was water everywhere rushing down the streets. People were screaming. I think it was a flood, or a storm. I don't know. But it felt real, like it was coming." Milo swallowed hard. "Did it show a date?" She nodded. "The 17th of June. That's in 3 weeks." Milo told the mayor. The mayor shrugged. "It's just ice cream." So Keisha and Milo did what they could. They created posters, posted videos, called in favors. A few listened. Most didn't. On the 16th of June, the sky turned green. By midnight, it started to rain hard. By morning, the river had overflowed. The town was soaked, but thanks to early warnings from the kids, no lives were lost. People evacuated to higher ground in time. No one called it magic. No one apologized, but everyone remembered. And on the morning of the 18th of June, the jingle played again. The ice cream truck was back, but this time, the screen didn't say, "Choose your flavor. See your future." It said, "You've learned to listen. Now choose your flavor. Shape your future." The menu had changed. New flavors appeared. Courageous cocoa, hopeful hazelnut, empathy, espresso, bold banana swirl, kindness key lime. The visions were no longer passive. Now, each bite showed a choice of fork in the road. Two possible outcomes. One that led to something greater, and one that didn't. The truck had returned not to predict the future, but to teach the town how to build it. By summer's end, it disappeared again this time. For good. But Maple Junction was never the same. Not because they'd seen the future, but because they decided to make it better. One scoop at a time. Subscribe my channel and comment below your ideas about story.